So the market is actually very evenly split right now. And what I mean by that is you have your bulls and your bears, your longs and your shorts, and there's a very even dynamic across the space. And it's a question of, what is going to take hold? What is going to be the narrative that carries us in our next direction? We're going to talk about that in this video because there's a couple things worth noting here. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So I stumbled across this tweet today, and it was a survey, and it said, what do you think? Is the market bottom in, or is this a dead cat bounce? I voted that the market bottom is in. I felt that the bottom has been in for ADA and many other assets for quite some time. Basically, that wick down, that big surprise that we experienced on February 3rd, it felt very much like August 5th. If you guys remember that last year, we saw that major wick to the downside. And although we did see a little bit more downside, a little bit of retracements, we weren't getting down to those levels because right now, the market isn't really getting caught off guard. We don't have those major amounts of leverage, right? There just isn't that type of negative push to get us down to those ranges. Now, understand that could change at any second, right? We could get, a major black swan event or something to change on the macro level or something like that to push us to lower prices. But what we're seeing is a lot of conviction in the market. We're seeing a lot of people that have bought that are unwilling to dump. And that's where the dynamics start to change a little bit. In fact, what we've seen is major accumulations by whales, major accumulations by institutions like we've talked about. In terms of ADA in general, you're seeing a very even balance in terms of long and short interest. And what it really starts to feel like is a major shift in the crypto market. And I'm sure many people are feeling the same thing. I'm sure some people aren't convinced, and that's fine. And what we're kind of at is a good, comfortable spot. And that's what the market needs. It needs comfort, okay? When we were down at some of these lower prices, people don't feel comfortable down here. This is where there's a lot of market uncertainty. This was back on basically March 10th, March 11th. We were hitting some of the local lows in terms of the total market cap of crypto. And luckily, ADA during that time was still doing, pretty well. We were still very much extended from our low prices that we were seeing back here at the start of March. But I'm hoping that people are starting to sense this little bit of shift in the space. What we need to do is, when the market goes on these rip-roaring runs like we experienced in November, what happens is the price separates from the demand, okay? And why that happens is FOMO ensues. People are chasing price. They're thinking it's just going to keep running forever. And then you hit a local top or local point of resistance, and then price starts to fall. But the problem is that support demand is still way, way distended below that price, okay? We see this time and time again throughout the crypto markets. We saw this obviously all the way back here in 2024 as we ran to our March highs, which was about 81 cents. And then it took a long time for price to fall basically back down to that demand, the area that people were comfortable accumulating in. Fast forward to now, very quick extension for ADA, did basically a 4X in a short period of time. And then what we saw was price had to come back down to that demand. Well, what we saw was demand was somewhere up in this range. It's a reason why when we got this quick wick down to about 50 cents, remember how quickly it shot back up to about 81 cents? It's because there was demand in this range, but we had to find where that floor was, right? Where were people really comfortable accumulating ADA at? They were very comfortable right around these ranges, right about 66 to 70 cents or so. And that's why, over the past 2 weeks, we've done a very good job of setting a nice floor here. Yes, we had some wicks down, some surprise events that basically brought the market down to lower prices. Obviously, this one back here on February 24th was the Bybit hack black swan event. We obviously dropped prices into some low levels, but then look how quickly things shot back to the upside, right? So what we've now seen is actually demand and price meet, okay? Whales have been heavily accumulating. We're seeing this on the institutional side as well for ADA, but we're seeing this for BTC as well. And this is why we're starting to feel a little bit of a pivot in the market. Because again, you have the people that bought that are unwilling to unload. They're setting a strong floor for the market. And what this is creating is a little bit of uncertainty when it comes to the shorts, all right? So there are still some people that believe that price could drop 50%, right? So this guy, for example, I think Ansem, he's talking about a potential retracement in terms of 40 cents for ADA. And I don't think that's the case at all. I mean, if we did this like over the course of the next few days, that's falling out of structure. That's basically touching, actually that'd be falling out of our rainbow regression curve in terms of ADA. And what tends to happen for ADA is it doesn't really come back and retest this, okay? When it does touch it, like it did back here in 2020, we didn't, and that was on a black swan event, we didn't really see a major retest there. Same thing here. When we touched this in the summer of 2024, didn't really see a major retest. And remember how much things have changed for Cardano and ADA just even in this short span since the summer to now. Okay, we've gone fully decentralized, full on-chain governance. We have obviously integrations with NASA going on. We're a big part of what Argentina's plan for crypto is, right? Brazil, right? Big potential use case there with the Brazilian government. I mean, there's a lot of things that are working in Cardano's and ADA's favor currently that are helping create this level of conviction at these higher prices. So this is where, again, that demand is setting in, and this is a good floor for where the market can take off. So while we may still see some days of red here and there, you're starting to feel like price can take off at any moment. I hope that makes sense for people. I didn't mean to dive that much into it, but that's what we've been waiting for. We've been waiting for this confirmation that these were the discounts, that we were standing in the dip, and that now prices are ready to go. And I think what, again, with global liquidity on the rise, the shift towards QT, macro data coming back better, the stage has been set for this nice big boom to the upside. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.